Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Dead by Dawn Season 4. Apologies for the delay, we did have some DVD related issues, but we're here again with the match between Allegiance and Letum, and we still have Grati killing once again on the goal and taking the win on 4 Team Allegiance. And I'm still not alone here, I'm my beautiful co-caster, Casey. Casey, do you think Team Letum's gonna lock in this time?
I hope so. It was unfortunate we had someone's game crash, but we are back in it now, and we seem to have a quicker tag this time. But we're choosing to leave again like last time and try and get some more tags on the board or some power hits, and hopefully we can get one on Meowdle here pretty quick.
Yeah, absolutely. But we are gonna be seeing Renata playing quite safe, not getting the hit as early as the goal would hope. So, and actually avoiding the Kagome hit just for quite some time, but just running around the generator. Actually, an amazing job and just staying in shock, which is extremely safe tile and especially for the no bamboozle Vesker, I think it's gonna be quite a hard place to be. But we're gonna be seeing the vault in the palt, and oh my god, Meowdle is gonna be missing the vault back. That is really unfortunate, but that's gonna be quite a fast down for the call here. Do you think it's gonna set the pace for the killer, Casey?
I definitely think this very fast hook will help, but our survivors are on top of it with the gen pressure here. We do get a gen pop before our PR hits, but with the amount of gen pressure and how fast this first gen popped, it could have been doubled, so maybe we don't have a lot of progress on other gens here.
We absolutely have absolutely zero jump progress, as we do see the Painter stack not going down, and that basically means that Ghoul is in a pretty good position, I'd say. I mean, yeah, you had one gen pop, but it's doesn't seem like a mid gen or any of the three gens. So genuinely, I think the Ghoul is in a pretty good position.
I agree with you here. Like, our ghoul has a good chance that they can just camp this hook, and they've got some gens very close by in proximity. A good, even a 4 gen down here, which is really good for our ghoul. They can just travel between these gens with power and just camp this hook for pretty much as long as they please. And I don't know if the survivors will be able to get our Renato off the hook before second stage comes around.
Honestly, I just seen our Ghoul just kind of like jump around with the Kagune, just trying to search for tags, just trying to harass the gens and just be chill about it. But looking the way survivors are playing, that they will probably gonna be letting Renata go second, but no, we are gonna be seeing Tori actually getting a trade for that amazing play, literally put in like literally last second. I think it was like last millisecond even. Absolutely amazing timing here from Aegis, who is gonna be going down and is gonna be providing the goal with their first painters of the match. But I think they bought quite a lot of quite a lot of pressure for this trade, and honestly, I don't think it's a bad play at all from survivors here.
I agree. I think Vi and Jules must just be sitting gens across the map and trying to get pressured off the other side of the map, but then they're just gonna have this tough 4 gen they have to play, and with this PR hook, but we do get a quick unhook instead of letting our survivor just stay on hook, and we do get another gen pop. This is looking not horrible for our survivors, but we really do need to take chase away from these gens and try and pop at least 1 or 2 of the gens in our 4 gen. But our killer is just choosing to go back and check on this gen that we have eruption procced on, and hopefully we can chase the serve away and get our eruption to go off on this gen.
Yeah, absolutely amazing pull from Jules here. I mean, just getting this timing so precisely to not go down in a trade. Unfortunately, we are going to be getting a little bit of mind game here. Grati just finding sniffing near around, and this is going to be probably the same hook once again because we do have our perk of choice, agitation here, and well, we probably would have made it without agitation as well, but agitation just kind of guarantees that no matter where you die, you're probably going this hook 6, and there's nothing you can do about it. And honestly, I think Agitation and Blood Lodge is a really, really good perk because with the amount of regions you can have, I think it's pretty much necessary to always be able to hook in between them for the best results.
I agree, and especially because depending where you are, the hooks can be pretty far. I know myself, I've struggled with hook RNG before, so And it looks like we have a few PR hooks in the vicinity of this forage, so it's going to be very easy to get these PR stacks in. And like you said, there are quite a few hooks in this area on the forage, so Grotti can just keep hooking in this forage, and the survivors can't really do much about it. Our killer has a lot of pressure going on so far, and with eruption and PR and these hooks just being so close, it's gonna be really tough for the survivors to break this 4 gen, let alone the 3 gen afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely. Gratis playing it really, really well. Just basically, not letting survivors put a lot of pressure on the gens, on the important gens for the Gratis here, right? And obviously keeping chases relatively short for the goal chase, right? And honestly, I think Gratis is in a pretty damn good position. I mean, we basically have. Oh my God, we actually aren't gonna be getting the hit on Renata just yet, but no, we're still gonna get M1 after. And do we actually commit that? I think we actually are gonna try to commit that, and we're probably gonna try to get this painless from Renata, as we do remember him not getting the PR
Hmm.
in time before the gen pops, so it's still a painless hook, but do we actually commit that? No, we're not. We're just gonna go back and just protect the pool, but we're not gonna be able to get that just in time. And oh my
Oh,
God, amazing body block here from Jules. Unfortunately, we are not gonna get. I'm not. Oh my God, I can't even speak. Oh my God, we're not gonna be getting the fast vault here, so we are going to be getting the grab on Aegis, which is really really unfortunate, and we are going to be seeing Grati nod in happiness about that. But this little mistake just might have caused the game for Sim Letum. What do you think about it, Casey?
I agree, and I don't know if you saw, but I actually saw something for once for that unhook. Both there was actually both of our injured and remaining survivors were also both running to that unhook. So Grady should have a good idea of where our final
Oh my
survivors are,
God.
and as we quickly find them, and we do get our snowball going, and I don't know how much Vi can do here with the survivor on the hook and the other one down, but Vi seems to have maybe made it out somehow, and we don't see any scratch marks. She's just gone somehow. I don't know what she can do here, though. I don't think it's really worth getting the unhook. I think Letum is in a really poor position here, unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely. This is quite a dire situation. I mean, you don't really have as much pressure to play for anything, right? And if you all die right now, 4k3 is not really is a way higher of result than you would probably hope for survivor side, right? Because that would mean your Kaneki has to 4k4 for the win, and this is gonna be really hard for them. But as you said, Vi did manage to escape, so there is still chances. We actually are gonna be getting the pull on Nia, but unfortunately Renata is gonna be dying on hook, so that is a 2v1 on 3 gens remaining. A really, really not a good position for survivors, but you know, miracles do happen, especially in Dead by Dawn. We have seen survivors basically turn the game around even alone, and honestly, I'm just excited what can survivors from Team Letum actually do here.
Yeah, like you said, it's going to be really hard. I don't think they have the gen pressure or progress to pop another gen, unfortunately. And yeah, as we can see, our Kaneki is just instantly leaving and going to see what our second survivor was doing, and cuts or sorry stops them from doing any progress on this gen. And Jules just choosing to leave, and Vi also choosing to leave, hopefully to take our killer further. Okay, we get a quick stun off here, but it's not going to do much given our ghoul's mobility. But hopefully Vi can last long enough to hopefully let Jules pop a gen, as a 4K2 would be a considerably better result, and 4K3 would be a better win con to for their
Yeah.
killer to get. But we get hit through the pallet stun, unfortunately, and our ghoul is just going to choose to pick and maybe get another PR off.
Yeah, absolutely valid idea. I mean, Painrest is gonna help Grati here a lot, especially since the PR energy is just so good. I mean, they're just all over the map, which is really, really what you wanna see as a killer. But yeah, this chase was a little bit of a reminder that this is a cross ping matchup, and this is gonna be add like a little extra level of a little extra level of difficulty for our survivors here. And oh my God, we are gonna be finding the Nia here. Amazing game sense from Grati here. Actually finding her here and actually trying to swing for that, but not quite. We don't quite have the ping for that, so we're gonna be getting the down just yet, and we're just gonna try to trade. We actually do get a trade in time. Oh my god! Unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna matter as much because Vi doesn't seem to have a lot of stuff to play around here, and I'm pretty sure Shaq was dropped already. So they're just gonna be seeing. Oh my god! Amazingly played by
Ooh.
Grazi. Actually, just grab it onto Ada, managing to body block her from vaulting the window. Absolutely amazing show of knowledge of the killer here from Grati. Just playing absolutely out of their mind and securing this 4K3. What an amazing result.
Yeah, Grotty did a really good job considering, there was a restart and the mental might not have been the greatest, but coming out of this with the 4K3 is very good for Grotty, and now we can see what Allegiance it serves will hold for us. We'll see you soon.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Dead by Done Season 4, and we are still here with the goal set of the match between Allegiance and Letum. And we have Vi on the killer responding with the win of 4K4 for Team Letum. And I'm once again not alone today, I'm with my amazing co-caster Casey. Casey, what do you think can be done with such a hard win con? What do you think we should expect from Vi here?
I think this is gonna be pretty hard for Vi. I'd like to say I'm good friends with Vi, but I don't know how comfortable she is on Ghoul. I know Spirit's her number one, but I don't know how comfortable she is with Ghoul, so I'm not 100% sure on what I expect, but I think she can pull off a 4K. Hopefully a 4K4, but I think regardless, she's probably gonna have a pretty good game, I hope.
Yeah, absolutely, and I sure as fuck hope that the ping is gonna be playing a part of this game. I mean, uh, realistically, you shouldn't really be 4K as a goal, right? But on ping, anything can happen, and this type of anything is exactly what I'm looking for this match. And honestly, I just want to see really cool, impressive games. I mean, if survivors win, so be it. If the killer wins, so be it. But I want to see some interesting stuff, and so far I'm seeing quite some interesting stuff with all those tags coming in one after another, and it's basically showing that Vi is not here to lose at all. I mean, this is the pace you want. You want to go on for a pretty good win con, but Survivors have played also amazingly good. I mean, you can't really dodge the Kagone hit so easily, right? So it's understandable. But their M1 chases are not being the worst so far. They actually are doing pretty good, and depending on how much jam progress does Team Legends have, this game might already be kind of over.
Yeah, we did have some pretty nasty power hits so far, but I mean, regardless if you're same ping or not, sometimes the ghoul hits can look pretty vile. So, but we do get our first PR, and it looks like it might have hit this gen here, and we do catch our last healthy survivor, but I don't think we're gonna get a power hit off in time. So we're just gonna choose to chase our Kate around and maybe get a tag before we go back to our hook and back to patrolling our gens. I can't really tell if we have a crazy 3 gen or 4 gen like Grotty did when they were on killer last set, or last trial, sorry. But we do get our tag off on Kate, but we see 2 of our survivors have reset, so they must not be getting much gen progress, which is pretty good for Vi. That's what she's going to want to see here. Hopefully we can get her fast down on Kate here. She shouldn't make this window because of pings, so that's another quick down. But we're just choosing to slug and go back to this main gen and see if there's any people or progress here. And there's a little bit of prog, but just going to choose to kick it and see which survivor is up here, and maybe we can get a quick down on them as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think Vi can just force to slug regardless of the stage of the game. I mean, it's not that like she's being greedy for the kills. It just she kind of has to play like that for the win. If you want the win, you have to 4K4, and if you have to 4K4, you basically you can't allow more than one gen to pop, and it's just really hard. I mean, there's 4 survivors on the board, right, and you're only one killer, so it's gonna be really hard. And Vi is gonna be just trying to get a fast chase, but they are not quite coming because survivors are playing it so incredibly well here, managing to dodge all the Kagone, all the basically leaps, and did just amazing job. But Vi is gonna get down on the V here, and I'm pretty sure I've heard this come before, right? But yeah, we are just gonna be trying to slug everyone and just gonna go for Kate, who is already healthy, but we are not gonna get attacked through the window as well. Oh my god, it is a crossping match. I remember, I remind you guys, but oh my god, not quite getting the hit there. But as we get the hit on Kate, the V is already up. I don't think that's looking optimal right now, Casey.
Yeah, the Letum serves definitely had, I would say, a bit better gen prog when it was coming to be early in the game, but Allegiance is struggling to put up that gen pressure, it looks like. But if we can get our PR off here, it would be pretty good for Vi, but it's going to be close, I think. They could be doubling or even tripling at this point, trying to get their at least Tycon up, trying to pop this second generator, which would make it a bit easier on our survivors. We see a lot of progress on this gen, but we're just gonna kick it and get our eruption going and go see if we can see any other gens with high prog. I really think the survivors might be doubling or tripling here, trying to get out a second gen, but it's hard to say. What do you think, Ray?
Honestly, if I'm by here, I'm pretty scared. I'm pretty much scared, right? Because you see this gen 50% and it's not even PR'd, so you know for a fact there's some gen with even more progress, and this is gonna be this gen on 9, which has a lot of progress and a blast mine to wake me up from falling asleep. But yes, uh, that's not the only thing that's keeping me from falling asleep, because this game is been absolutely an interesting game. I mean, we are gonna be seeing quite a lot of cool gameplay. How to say it? Cool plays for the killer as well as survivors. And oh my god,
Oh,
we're gonna be actually getting stuck on the bus. Oh, I've had this so many times when I played the killer. Oh my god. But this is gonna be the second gen pop, and this is already attack on met by Team Allegiance. And we are seeing Lara here playing a bit of aggressively, trying to take attack, I'm pretty sure. And just oh, an amazing
ooh.
interruption though from Vi, actually getting the down on V here. Yeah, I was a bit worried for a second, but no, we are gonna be getting down on V here because we just body blocked so amazingly well. But we are gonna be seeing Lara here. It's getting tagged as well. Just trying to play for I don't know, flash save or something. I'm not quite sure what she holds in her hand, but I would not be shocked if it's a flashlight. And yeah, I mean, I think we should be expecting the gen to pop like anytime soon.
I agree. I think Ace has been just on a generator this whole time. We've seen Lara. I don't remember if we've seen Kate or not, so they could be doubling on a gen. But this PR might help a little bit. Now we have turned back the clock back up, so if we can just use our perk quickly here and chase these survivors off of this gen, Vi might have a good chance. I know I'm not even playing on either team, and this match is stressing me the heck out, even though I'm not playing, and I'm still like so stressed for both teams because at this point it looks like this match could go either way. Like a tie would be good for Team Letum here, just force a third set, but our survivors really trying to get one more gen to pop, and that would give them the win for the set. This match is much closer than even I would like it to be. I This is really stressing me out, and have been a lot of good plays from both sides, like body blocking this pallet here. Such a good play by Vi. Going to check on our bus gen, and hopefully, yep, we chase the serve off, and we gotta check on our gens here to stop WinCon from being met for our survivors.
Yeah, absolutely amazingly played by Vi here, just by blocking the Shack pallet. Unfortunately, we do have to just slug everyone since now, because any gen pop is gonna be basically even for Team Allegiance, unless we're gonna be seeing some penalty points, but I highly doubt that is gonna happen, right? But yeah, Vi is just kind of forced to slug every single person. She has a really hard task in front of her to kill everyone without basically making a single mistake and expecting survivors to make a lot of mistakes. Which Allegiance being the team who picked the goal set, I don't think the survivor side will make a lot of mistakes. So honestly, I am really excited to see how Vi is gonna try to get this win con, even though the start has not been in her favor. Let's put it this way.
I agree. Uh, I don't even know what Vi is thinking right now. Like I know she must be struggling with wanting to keep up pressuring the gens, but she also needs to get some downs, get a snowball. Ah, okay. I'm really surprised she did not get a hit off there. It looked like she swung, but it didn't connect, unfortunately. And there is our third gen pop, which gives Team Allegiance the win for this set. But Vi hopefully is just going to continue to play for her best result and see what she can pull off. Her gen pressure has been really good this this set regardless of the win con. So I think she's just going to continue to do what she's doing and keep trying to get some stages and I might have just given the caster curse, but we let another gen go, but hopefully we just go for some stages and see what kind of result we can pull off.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting the decent amount of stages is gonna be a really good emotion boost, emotion buff, emotion. I don't know. Basically, it's gonna give team. It's gonna give Team Letum not that sour of a feeling of a loss, you know. Because when you lose and you basically feel like you have no chances on on some set, it basically demoralizes you so much, right? And to keep you fighting the next set, you kind of need this. You're gonna need to get your killer to have some decent result, you know. Especially after such an absolute dominant performance on the killer side from Team Allegiance, right? Uh, just Lidam really just needs some really good result on to to not feel absolutely demoralized, you know.
Yeah, I agree. It's really important to keep up a good mental when being in a competitive setting, regardless of what game you're playing. So, trying to keep a good mental is it can be a really hard thing to do. But I think Vi, she knows what she's doing. This is still a very good result going for Ghoul, and it's typically expected to get some stages out of the door. At least you don't see 4K super often, so Grady put up a really good fight that way. But Vi is still putting out a really good result here. We're getting a hook in the basement, and that'll be pretty hard for our survivors to come and save, especially with two of our survivors being injured. And yeah, they open the gate right away and they might just choose to leave and just take the stages that they have.
Honestly, I would not be shocked to see that Sora is just gonna leave, but based on the fact that they're not escaping just yet, I would not be shocked to see them just reset and maybe try to go for the pool, try to play for the as many as least as little hook stages as possible, because they technically already won, so they're not gonna be losing anyone. They're not gonna be losing anything, even if they all die right here and right now, right? So
Mm-hmm.
they might just try to play for it and kind of have the same thing as I said about the Vice idea, right? You wanna have a good kill result to keep the morale intact. But for Survivor side, if you manage to get the person from the basement off hook and out at the gate without losing any more hook stages, I think Vi is gonna be in a relatively bad mental. I mean, you still got a good result, right? Average and slightly below average, but average, really close to average. But but yeah. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm trying to look it, but there's so many action going
There's
on. Survivor
so
running
much
around.
going on here.
We're gonna be seeing Ace going second hook stage though. That is really unfortunate for Team Allegiance here, but oh my god, we're gonna be interacting with the skate here as well. This does seem like a little bit of a miscalculation here on Team Allegiance part. We were not quite sure how to play the set, not how to play the set, how to play the basement out, and just gonna send it hoping for something. Unfortunately, we're not gonna be getting a easy escape in just yet. So yeah, I'm genuinely impressed by Vi here managing to pull out something so incredible like that as basically not letting survivors get out of the basement safely and wow, just absolutely well played, genuinely well played.
I agree. This Vi put up a good fight. I think she did really good at the start, but was just struggling with the amount of gen pressure Allegiance ended up having. But this is a really good result, and I think she should be proud of herself. I think she put up a really good fight, and she should be very happy with what she got. She even gets, two more kills on the board, which is really good for her. And yeah, we have Plague coming up here, and we will see you guys soon. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Allegiance vs. Letum. We are on set 2, which is Plague on Suffo Pit 1. And of course, I am not alone today. I'm here with my lovely co-caster and fellow commissioner, Ray. Ray, what do you expect of these results?
Honestly, Plague is one of those killers as well that can go anywhere from 4k2, 4k1, depending on the gen setup, all the way to like 3 stages if a game just does not go their way, right? But honestly, seeing how Vi plays played the previous plague matches, I'm expecting something close to 4K, especially those gens on top. They do look kind of yummy. The fortune is here, and honestly, I'm quite excited to see how Vi's gonna play it out.
I am really excited to see Vi on this set. I didn't get to see the last match of her plague set. I think I was at work, so I'm really excited to see how this goes, especially against Team Allegiance, as we know their survivors can put up very good results. So I'm really excited to see how this goes. I, of course, am hoping for 4K, but I hope for 4Ks every game, so I can't really say much. But we quickly find our lawyer here in 10, and hopefully we can get a good tag or get our fully infected. Oh, but we're just going to leave because that's the caster's curse for you, and hopefully we can get some infection on some more gens or some other survivors, but we're just going to go down the map and we find another. Oh, we just find our Lara again, so I don't know if we're going to chase this or if we're just. Okay, maybe we are chasing this.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if if that's something you would want to do. Oh my god, we're actually gonna be trying
Ooh,
to get us a hit on ping.
that was
Unfortunately, we're not gonna be
close.
quite making it just yet, but oh my god, that was so close. But yeah, as I said before, I'm not quite sure if chasing down here is the play. I mean, our survivors do have a fortune. Oh my, oh that was disgusting. But yeah, our servers do have a fortune on top, I believe, and they probably have already identified it. So it would not shock me to see the gen on the middle, close to the middle map, is going to be popped like any minute soon, and the region is going to be starting to be worked on as soon as as soon as corrupt timer runs out. But yeah, we're going to be seeing that actually caught an incredible chase here at Shaq, just wasting as much time as possible. Jenny doing just almost a perfect job at playing their distance and their spots as well. And winning the 50s again, actually getting. Oh my god, winning another 50, another 50, and another 50. Oh my god. We won all the 50s now. What are you doing? You even managed to lose the bloodlust of that. That is absolute insanity. And we are gonna be reaching a spot on the edge half. Unfortunately, we're not gonna get the prediction on the swinging on the swing, on the plague swinging from the edge map. And we are gonna be seeing our first down of the game before a single gen pops, but yeah, we are gonna be seeing quite a lot of gen progress here, even though the gen was paired, but I believe it's a two-man stack, so we're actually gonna be seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's two-man stack, so we're gonna be seeing probably two gens pop for that. And yeah, as I say that they do pop the mid mob gen, well, the top mid mob gen, and this is basically gonna mean that Vi does no longer have a forge, and she does have two pretty good three gens here. So I would not be too sad about it if if I was Vi.
Yeah, I think she can still put up a very good hold, especially on this bottom side of the map. I think would be a good place to hold, but we're chasing our tunnel up top and getting our BT out, and we're just gonna keep chasing them up. Might as well have Nara change her name to Nara the 50 winner instead of Nara Heart Ace at this point. We're at another pallet here and probably going to win some more 50s because she just doesn't lose those ever, apparently. Wish I could play my 50s like that, but I freaking suck at this game. We are choosing to take our chase up in the corner one here. Probably just gonna die in the corner and give our team so much time to just pressure these gens. But from what we can tell, it's just Ace soloing a gen and Grotty soloing a gen since we cannot see Mashal's status anymore. And we don't have PR anymore on Nara, so we're just gonna hook up top, and I don't see there's no 3 gen up top anymore. It's just this 3 gen bottom that we have to play. So Vi really just has to do what she's doing here and just send it back down the map and try and stop these gens from popping. But our gen on 5 has so much pressure on it already. But we do get our power down here, and so we can chase these survivors away from our gen and try and stop it from popping and chase whoever this is at Shack and maybe get a quick down, and we could get a good snowball going with our power up here. But it's going to be pretty hard for Vi. Our survivors seem to be pretty spread out, and they seem to be stealthing pretty well here.
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing a down right actually happening right now. And honestly, this basically mean the game is not over yet. I was about to say that Survivors are in a really good position, basically having a hook happen on the exact opposite side of the map from the region. But now with this power being also longer due to the amulet here, I think Vi is in actually decently a good position. Yes, this gen has a lot of problems, and I will not deny that. But just the fact that Vi can hook someone literally on this gen, I think it's gonna play a massive role in how the game is gonna turn out.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be hard for Vi to hold this, I think, with how much pressure our survivors have been putting up. Ray, did you see where this fourth gen is? I think I'm blind. I don't know where it is.
I do believe it's somewhere next to mine. I'm pretty sure it was the gen like either 11 or 1. Yeah, we're gonna
Oh,
actually no,
okay.
it's gonna
It's
be
like
gen like
two, I
2.
think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So our survivors really should they probably will pop it. I'm surprised that that hit didn't connect because that would have hit me. But anyway, um, our survivors should just pop that gen up on 2 and try to fight the 3 gen. They have decent progress on both this gen at 7 and the other gen at 5. That gen on 5 is really close, but we really need this fast down from Vi to get eruption going on both of these gens, but unfortunately missing both of our swings regardless of our ping matchup here, and our V is just going to get away back into this what even tile is this? I don't know.
Honestly, I want to point out the way that Team Legion is playing those unsafe pallet fillers, right? I'm pretty sure there is a check spot for this actually, but since we haven't cross-ping, there's barely any. There's I don't think there's any check spots on half of the maps in the game in general, but on those 50-50 fillers especially, right? So honestly, I am genuinely excited to see. I'm genuinely excited to see. I'm not excited to see, but I am excited to see. But I'm genuinely interested by the way they play their 50s. They seem to be winning all the 50s they can, and honestly, I'm genuinely impressed and kind of uh, kind of excited. I want to learn the same check spot mechanic, I guess, like the guess spot, the guess vault mechanics. But yeah, we are gonna be seeing the fourth gen pop at the and 4K1 is already quite a formidable result for the survivor side. But I'm pretty sure Team Allegiance is gonna be trying to form more, but that is gonna be a death on Nera here and the start of the 3v1, which as I've said multiple times on every single time I casted,
Ooh.
every single mistake can cost the game. And now with this down coming through, vibe just amazing puke from Y here, just kind of baiting the survivor to go in front of the window and absolutely puking on them immediately. Absolutely amazing gameplay here from Y. But yeah, this mistake might just cost Team Allegiance the game. I mean, they had such a really good and explosive start, but now with the 3v1 and Painless as well, and our hook being in the middle of a region, I'm not quite sure about this anymore.
Yeah, going into the 3v on plague set is very tricky, especially with our 3 gen being this close on bottom. And our survivors, they can't really afford to cleanse because it just gives plague her power across the map. But it's tough for plague to get up there. But it's going to be really hard for Allegiance to try and pull something off here. I can't really tell if they're on 5 or not. Looks like Vi guessed right. They are on 5, so she just needs to quickly, get rid of this resource, and we can probably get a quick down on V here, and that's just continuing to pressure everything. It's going to be so oh, and both of our survivors are here actually. We get our eruption off on 7, which is very good for Vi. It's exactly what she needs, but Ace probably just sitting on the gen, but I think Ace should probably rotate for 5, honestly. I think it's closer than 7, but Vi's just going to go back down and go actually check on 7 and try and stop any pressure from being on it. But Ace looks like actually was sitting on 7 instead of going for 5, like I think would have been the better play, honestly. But yeah.
Yeah, I do believe that. Oh my god, another really, really close swing. But yeah, I do believe that Ace was doing the Gen 7 because there is a little bit of more safety here to play something because you do have Shaq and you do have, I'm pretty sure there's like window on 9 facing the Gen sides as well. So you do have a little
Yeah.
bit of a more safety here, but you're gonna be seeing Vi actually doing a incredibly good job and a really smart play by getting the Bloodlust one on base and immediately transferring it to go for the Gen 5 on 5, which is a really, really high price, but this Gen being on such high progress and it being two people basically going for it, I am not quite sure how much chances the this Vi have to protect all four gens, all five gens from being popped, because this Gen 5 sure sounds like a really hard place to protect, considering we can't really give up another two gens as well.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of plague sets because sometimes they can last for so long and it just takes up so much time, especially when you get into a position like this where you're in a 3v with the 3 gen bottom. It's really hard to, you know, keep pressuring these gens as survivors. It's hard to get another gen to pop, but Vi's playing this perfectly. She's getting quick downs and just slugging them and checking on the gens, and it's really good for her to keep playing this way and just making sure that uh, our last gen doesn't pop, but it actually does, unfortunately. But even getting a couple stages out isn't horrible for Vi. Like you said, play can be as little as 3 stages or less sometimes. So even getting a 4K result or close to a 4K result is really good, regardless of um, how skilled your team is, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, getting such a result, I'm pretty sure it's like what it's seven stages so far, right? If Grachi dies here, now even seven stages is gonna be a
Yes.
really good result for Plague. So I wouldn't be shocked to see our Plague just kind of like come into the campaign of the Hawk and just basically hope that no one's going for the pull. But we're actually gonna be seeing. Yeah, we're gonna be seeing two escapes, and there's gonna be a seven stages for our Plague here. Genuinely amazingly well played, especially with the relatively slow start. And yeah, honestly, I have to give it to Vi. That was incredible.
It was very well played by Vi and very well played by our survivors in the end here. I know playing in a 3 gen can be really exhausting sometimes. So sometimes, a gen is just bound to pop or the killer's just bound to end up getting the 4K. But we will see what Allegiance can pull off on Killer shortly. We'll see you then. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This time we are still here with Allegiance versus Letum, and now we have Allegiance playing Killer. We have Dan on our Plague. And of course, I'm not alone today. I'm here with my lovely co-caster and fellow commissioner, Ray. Ray, what do you expect from Dan here on this side?
Honestly, I'm expecting simply Dan to play a not so simple Killer Plague in a not so simple manner, right? I am expecting him to play a really passive game. Just kind of expecting him to play off of his gens. Just gonna chill on gens and just try to play for safe. Just to safely manage, just get like some 8 stages or something, right? Because it's definitely possible as a plague, but we are gonna be seeing quite actually insane fortune here on next to main. I mean, we have like 1, 2, 10, and 11. I think that's even like 9 or 10, like whatever. Basically, those gens are really close to each other, and I genuinely think it's a really good setup for our plague. And if there's ever a setup that can almost guarantee you in 8 stages, I think that's the one. And survivors of Letum will have to play absolutely out of their mind to pop all those gens.
Definitely. I know Letum can put up some pretty good gen progress here, and that's really what they need right now. They really need to pop these 5 gens as quickly as they can and try not to get into a 3 gen or a 4 gen position. They really just need to pop these gens and get out with as many stages possible if they really want to take this plague set and force our tiebreaker. But Dan is just chasing Aggies here at main, getting a quick hit though, unfortunately, and looks like we are choosing to commit them instead of just playing for infection like Vi did for a little bit at the start of last set. So, um, seeing some different forms of playstyle. Unfortunately, whiffing the swing, realizing they probably swung too early, but we do get our firecracker blind, which it doesn't really do much for Aggies here, unfortunately, but they do have quite a lot of distance. Looks like Dan might be mind gaming or leaving, but it appears that they might be leaving and going to pressure this gen on logs here, getting a quick puke on it, and going to see where the survivor goes. Maybe we can get a tag or an infection going.
Yeah, especially in terms of build, we do have pretty much the same build, right? And I genuinely I like the idea of leaving. Oh my god, I forgot the name. I leaving Rain alone here and just going for Nia, because you do have Thanatophobia, so you're gonna get more value if you try to infect everyone, right? But we also be seeing survivors do an extremely good job, as in they are prioritizing those gens on top over than just popping the safe gens on bottom, right? Because you really do need to break this fortune, and to do that, you definitely need to work on those gens immediately, pretty much as soon as you can, like before you get into T1 or anything. And
Mm-hmm.
this is exactly what survivors are doing, and that's definitely a good idea.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I think Iggy's might be going down in the top side of the map here, which would be unfortunate for our survivors given the amount of pressure they've got going on these gens. But yeah, we do have our eruption procking, but I don't recall. Okay, I lied. There is a PR hook here, which is very good for our plague. So just getting a PR in this 4 gen up top is going to be really good for Dan and really not so good for our survivors. It's going to be really hard to play and to pop any of these gens up top, and really they need to pop 2 of them ideally to get this 4 gen broken for sure. But looks like our survivors might have actually rotated down on to the bottom side and might be working these gens down on bottom. They might know that they might have realized that it's going to be tricky to pop the gens up top with this hook here now. And we do see a gen on the bottom side pop, which is expected at this point. We do see a survivor in the distance crossing up. It looks like they're crossing up mid. um, we do have our power up top, so that's going to make it even harder for our survivors to pressure the gens and pressure the unhook. And we see our 2nd gen pop down on the bottom side, trying to do a little funny puke over the walls here, hoping to hit Vi, but we don't, unfortunately. Just gonna continue patrolling up top here, see if there's any survivors crossing. But if I was one of these survivors, I would not cross up here, especially with being in power.
Yeah, absolutely. Picking the power up here was an incredibly smart decision from Dan. Not only did he basically secure the second stage on Rain here, he also kind of just forced survivors to just stay bottom because you really don't want to be chased as against Plague and Power, right? Doesn't matter if you're full HP. Oh my god, this somehow actually misses. Amazing dodge by Jules here. Unfortunately, we're still going to be seeing the down. And Dan is just playing out of their mind. I mean, they're in such a good position here, especially if they get another Painter's, which they don't seem to be going so far. They don't seem to go so far. And honestly, an absolute valid idea because I'm not sure how many gens how many jump perks the survivors have on the top gens, and the bottom gens don't really matter as much as I would also most likely want my PR to be on those top
Ooh.
gens regardless. So just saving this PR here, just kind of just staying there as well, playing your game, just enjoying your time. Is something that Dan really wants, and we're just seeing the chase on main, which seems to be the most troublesome part of this month for Dan so far, who has been absolutely amazing in every single aspect of the game, but chasing main, which is obviously understandable because main is a safe place to be, right? Especially against the Plague, who is mostly an M1 killer. But still, this is something you would probably wanna stop chasing, especially since
Ooh.
this already is going bottom. Amazing, amazing being from Rain here, not going down through this window and just playing check spots on the jungle gym media. Just with exceptional prowess.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, we're actually
Ooh.
gonna get mind gift. Oh my god! As I say that, that was like one of the biggest fastest curves ever. But yeah, we are gonna be going down, and this is gonna be a 3v1. At 2 gens remaining with a fortune on top. This is a hard place to be for survivors.
I agree. I think you were a bit worried about Dan, committing Aggies for so long towards the bottom side of the map, but I think Dan just wanted to get into the 3v with this 4 gen as soon as possible, and that's more than likely why he wanted to tunnel Aggies out so bad, which at this point I really don't blame him. This 4 gen up top is really, really brutal, and our survivors just, they really need. Oh, that's so
Ooh.
unfortunate. The same side pallet drop from Vi. Um, but especially this 4 gen is just so brutal and so tricky for our survivors with this PR hook here, and it's just, in between these gens, it's so close. These three gens, the logs, this Gen 10 and the Gen main, are so close together. If their survivors wanted to pop one more gen at least, this gen up top at 1 is probably the best one, as our Plague doesn't seem to be checking up there too often. But they did see our Claudette briefly in the distance and trying to swing into the pallet to get a cheeky tag, but unfortunately it doesn't hit. Our Claudette wasn't camping the pallet, so um, but yeah, I really think our survivors just need to try and pop one more gen for sure. I don't know if they're going to be able to pop the 2 at this point in the 3v, unfortunately, especially when our Plague is getting power. This is going to be really, really tricky for our survivors, especially if Claude goes down here with Vi still on hook.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a really, really tough place for survivors to be, especially with the win con of 7 stages. You really just kind of have to play out of your mind to just come back from this situation and basically still get a win con. And this is exactly what Meldal is doing amazingly, dodging literally every single puke so far. But unfortunately, we're gonna be seeing the tag now, but they've already wasted quite a lot of time, and they are unfortunately unable to go bottom. They are still just forced to go play on top
Oh
gens
my
because
gosh.
Plague Power is just be like that. But oh my god, amazing dodges by Meldal. Unfortunately, we are gonna be going down for some of what's it called, some of the late second uh, puke hit. But yeah, this is gonna be what? It's gonna be seventh hook, I believe. No, it's gonna be sixth hook. So I'm pretty sure any single hook is gonna be a win for Dan here. But and to make sure, but yeah, this is just so tough for Survivors. However, they do have genuinely fuck ton of progress, and they still can pop both of the chance and even out.
Yeah, like I brought up earlier, it looks like they did sit on the Gen at 1 for a while, and this splitting the Gen at 1 and 10 seems to be a really good idea from the survivors. As you saw, there was so much progress on 10, but unfortunately, we have both of our survivors at the unhook, so it's going to be tricky. I don't think, yeah, Miato's not going to be able. I don't know what
Oh,
just happened, and that really scared me. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. Um, our Miato here just pulling some really good jigging out of their ass at this point, and we do get a gen to pop here, which is really good. But unfortunately, like you said, Ray, one more hook. Well, yeah, one more hook looks like would be the win for our or not our survivors, man. I can't talk. Our killer
our killer,
here,
yes.
but um, okay, maybe Meowdle should be Meowdle the 50 winner. We have a lot of 50 winners today in this matchup here. Everyone's just doing very good on these check spots. And Dan
Oh my god,
whiffs.
what's
They
gonna go
short
down?
swung instead of, I think if they lunged longer, I think they might have been able to get that tag. But Meowdle just sending it up. I'm sure other two survivors are probably doubling one at this point here and hoping that they can get this gen to pop before Meowdle goes down. I don't think Eruption is on one, so it's okay, double vaulting that window there is psychotic. I'm not gonna lie to you, but the double vault there is just really winning some progress for our survivors, and we do get our 5th gen to pop here. The survivors, honestly, they have been playing so well right now, getting this gen to pop, and but Miatal is going down unfortunately here. This is still really good results by our survivors, given they went into the 3v with 2 gens left and a 4 gen. It was really hard for them, but they did manage to pop both, which is really, really good.
Honestly, this was such an amazing chase from Meldal. I actually genuinely got scared for Dan losing simply because of this overcommitment. But unfortunately or fortunately, if you're on the team Allegiance, or if you support them, uh, we are gonna be seeing this who come through, and Server's probably gonna be leaving, and that will be a win for Team Allegiance, and I believe it will be a 2-0 result for them. Even though we are going to be seeing Ada here try to basically get get a little bit of a drink here and try to just uh,
Are you
Time
okay?
to go for the pool. Sorry, I'm so locked out. I was like, I was a bit confused about what's happening, but yeah, the Azores are trying to go for the pool regardless, but I don't think it's gonna be. Don't think it's gonna be anything happening here because we're gonna be seeing our Nia just dying for the Sun Hook and yeah, just immediate pick up. Simply down is not just fucking around. He just played it safe, and which is absolutely understandable. And that will be a win for Team Allegiance.
Yeah,
Holy.
this set especially was so much closer than I expected, especially when we went into the 3v1 with the Foragen up top. I was really worried for our survivors, but um getting this result in that kind of situation is so good for our survivors.
Yeah, definitely. That was genuinely a really scary place to be, but they managed to pull it out actually pretty well. Unfortunately, the win con was just a little bit too low for them to play it out the way they probably hoped for, but still an incredible result from both teams, and that will be it for now. But we are not finished just yet. We will be having another match in 40 minutes here from now, and you guys all should tune in and see you soon.